My name is Dawn of Embracing Dawn, and this is your weekly read for August 23rd to August 29th for the air signs of Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. We'll get started with Gemini first, and then Libra and Aquarius will be in the timestamps below. You go to the little triangle on the right side of your screen and pop it open, and it will show you the times. Go straight, click on that time. It'll take you straight to your reading if you're not sitting through them, okay? All right, so let's get started with Gemini first. We will pull one oracle card to get a theme or a base for our message, and then we'll pull some tarot to get clarification and a deeper message, okay? All right, so let's see for Gemini this week what the energies are bringing forward. And we have come to life. Okay, so here we have this feminine, and she has all of these things around her that she loves, and she's literally painting on her body or drawing or creating on her body. So she is bringing things into form. She is coming to life and expressing the life in the way that suits her reality, So for Geminis this week, this may be all about you coming to life in some way. Perhaps you've been, having some sort of more dense energies that you've been experiencing. You've had a little bit of upheaval because we are in retrograde season right now, and Uranus either is just going into or has just gone into retrograde. And that's a bit of a big deal cosmically. It's going to have a large impact on all of us. So maybe things are starting to toss up a little bit for some of you Geminis. And this is what this energy is about. It's about, coming to life in your true authentic self. But let's get some information from our tarot cards here and see what it says. Okay, so we've got the Page of Swords, which ultimately is, the key word here is gossip. So pages can represent people in our lives. They are younger, so usually under 25, somewhere in there. This happens to be a male in the picture, masculine energy, but it can be any identity. It doesn't have to be masculine. It doesn't have to be male. It's just that's the energy that's coming through. So there's possible that there's been some negative talk swirling around you, some gossip happening. Someone stirring things up a little bit, trying to be spontaneous maybe, but not using their good judgment, and that's affecting you. Because then we have the Queen of Swords, which is independence. So this could be, this is a feminine energy, usually mature, and the Queen of Swords, she's that very strong energy where she takes care of herself. She's not necessarily emotional at all. She gives advice. She doesn't necessarily have a sweet tongue. She's very, she's direct, and she does have a lot of wisdom. This character, but it's all about claiming your independence. It's all about, living your life, coming to life. So this could represent a person in your life, or it could be your own energy where you're taking your control back. That could definitely represent that as well. And then next up, we've got the Six of Swords, which is resolution. So you're going to come to a resolution. Lots of sword energy here, lots and lots. But you've got this resolution coming with the Six of Swords. So whatever this little dilemma here is with this person or people, if this represents actual figures in your life, then this is coming to a resolution as you come out of whatever shell you've been in, or if you've been withdrawn, some of you Geminis, not expressing yourself, as you come through that and maybe face this gossipy energy here and take back your independence and, stand in your own true power, then you've got a resolution to whatever this is surrounding. And this can be around anything. It's a general read, so it could be romantic, it could be a platonic friendship, soulmate, parent-child relationship, Can be anything, absolutely anything. It can connect to situations as well. You know, you'll know what this applies to if you're connecting to this. All right, but on top, the great news is on top of that, we've got the Wheel of Fortune here, which is the Angel of Destiny. This is major arcana. So the Wheel of Fortune is beautiful. That speaks to something about your destiny is popping through. It's coming through. So whatever's been holding you back, if you've been held back through gossip or, you know, negative talk, maybe some people have been behaving in an unprofessional manner. If it's a work thing, you know, as soon as you come to that place of wisdom and stand in your own power, you know, in that respectful way and set those boundaries, then you're going to have a resolution to whatever this is. And it's bringing about something connected to your destiny with Wheel of Fortune. And this is especially so because we've got the Hermit next, which is the Angel of Reflection in this deck. But the Hermit is also major arcana right before this one. And the Hermit is all about retreat and reflection. So perhaps you've been in Hermit mode with this particular card coming out as your lead card. Perhaps for those Gemini this is applying to, you've sort of pulled yourself back. You've been in reflection mode. You've been looking at all of the pieces as the observer of the situation or your life or whatever it is, you know, for you. And you've been in this Hermit mode of reflection, of really learning perspective, gaining perspective around this situation, looking at it from different lights, so to speak, right? And now you're coming out of this for sure, you know, because you've got the resolutions here, but you've also got the Nine of Cups, which is blessings. And cups are usually about emotions primarily, but they can be about anything, right? So you've got this Nine of Cups blessings on top of the Hermit. So as you're coming out of the Hermit mode, you've got the, you know, the Wheel of Destiny coming in as you're coming and standing in your power with whatever this situation is that's coming up for you in the next few days, or has perhaps come up in the last few days, and you're moving through that right now. So it looks to me like it's a situation, so to speak. It doesn't really feel like it's deep conflict necessarily. If it was, it feels like you've already spent a lot of time in this contemplation, really learning and reflecting on the lessons of the past and coming to a decision moving forward. And with these cards here, you're dispelling that negativity and that gossip because you're making a choice now, or you're going to make a choice to stand in your own power with your own clear boundaries, you know, that make things work for you in the way that you want them to work. And then here you've got the Wheel of Fortune, which is your destiny, on top of the, it's the Six. I know it's the Six of Swords, the resolution, right? And then sliding over here, you've come out of this Hermit mode, or you're coming out of this Hermit mode, and you've got blessings here for that. The majority of this is Cups and Swords, you know, so it could be Aries, Leo, Sag, fire signs that you're working with, or it could be, you know, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces with the Cups. There's not a lot of, you know, there's no air energy in here actually at all. So you determine, this could be someone else in your life, or this could be your energy. Even though it's Swords, I feel like it could be you. So this is what this week has got coming up for you. This is a bit of the energy that you've got coming up this next week, Gemini. So let's take a look at one more card just to round out the reading, and we'll see what's going to close up your week ahead. And we have experiencing energy. Energy doesn't get old, it doesn't get tired, it doesn't need food. What it needs is openness and receptivity. Openness and receptivity. Okay. So energy doesn't get old. Basically what this is saying is it's the recycling, right? So we need to be open to universal energy. We need to be open to our connecting source, however we perceive that. And intuitively connected, you know, listening to our inner self. The energy that we have, it's ever moving, it's ever transmuting, it's flowing all of the time. You know, we are beings of energy, and that energy just needs for us to be open and to be willing to receive it in order to, you know, receive the blessings of that, like with the manifesting, right? So the message that this ties into for me, this is how I'm interpreting it for you, is that you've been a little closed off to that energy and you've been in this hermit mode. You know, you've been affected by others' behavior and choices, and you're now coming out of that and realizing that you have a very strong role to play, Gemini, in how you move through this world and how to, you know, feel good about that. And we are in control of our own happiness, and we can receive that energy anytime we want to. And the message this week is to be open to that, to be open to receive, you know, that support, that intuitiveness, that knowing, all of those messages that want to come forward for you. Be open to receiving those this week, Gemini, because you've got something connected to destiny here for you. It may not seem like a big deal at first. Perhaps a person you meet or a place you go to, you know, might not seem like it's such a big deal, but that could be the catalyst for a whole new venture, you know, a whole new gig for you, new phase. So keep your eyes open this week and see how it all rolls out. Those are your messages for August 23rd to 29th for Gemini. And I want you to remember to live big and shine your light bright. Do not dim your light for anybody, because you matter. Until next time. Hi Libra, how are you? Thank you so much for letting me come into your space for just a little bit of time today. My name is Dawn of Embracing Dawn, and this is your weekly read for August 23rd to August 29th. We'll start with a base card to get an idea for your message, and then we'll choose some tarot that will flesh things out a little more. Okay, so this is for Libra, August 23rd to August 29th. And you have Seeing the True You. Okay, number 29. So it's time for Libras to see the true you, or it's time for others to see the true you. Perhaps you are starting to shine your light. Maybe you're starting to lose some of the fear of being seen, you know, or maybe you're seeing someone else close to you really start to awaken and come out of their shell, and it's an exciting thing, you know. When we take our masks away, and I don't mean the literal ones, I mean the figurative ones, you know, that's a beautiful space to be when you're with people that you feel safe, with other souls that really can nurture you and help you to feel comfortable to do that, you know, to be the true you, however you are. So let's take a look, Libra, at some tarot for you and see how this comes through. Okay, we've got a big mix here. All right, so we're starting out with Seven of Cups, which is choices. So cups are usually around emotions, you know, they're emotion based, they're the water signs. So we've got Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces here, energy. So in terms of seeing the true you, you know, we've got choices to make. Perhaps you're at a crossroads here. Perhaps you've been going along on your, you know, life's path, and you can sense, you can feel, there's just a hum underneath the surface, Libra, where you can feel like, you know, you're at this space where you've got these decisions to make. You're sort of at a pause, you know. You've got choices in moving forward with whatever this pertains to, and you're considering those choices. Because we have the King of Wands, which is all about leadership. So we've got that could be your energy, that could be someone else's. The King of Wands leadership energy, that's a male figure, but it doesn't have to be male or female. It can be any identity. It's just the energy of the card, and if it embodies a person, that's the energy of that person, is a more masculine approach. And this is about leadership. So, you know, this is that one that has the great ideas, that He's good at making decisions. He's financially secure. He's got wisdom, to share. He's a great leader. He doesn't necessarily come from an emotional base, has high expectations, that kind of thing. That's the energy that you're coming with now, choices. So you could have a choice to make with regard to a person that is like this, or if this is your energy, you are coming through as taking the leadership role and making those choices for yourself now, to reveal that true you and allow your true self to shine more. It could be either one of those things. It could just be that that's the energy that you need to embody, or that someone else is embodying for you or with you to help you move through and make these choices, whatever they happen to be. Because then we have the Six of Pentacles, which is generosity. So perhaps this figure is bringing forth this generosity, because we've then got the Three of Cups, which is celebration. So the way it's fleshing out for me so far is that you're being asked, Libra, to show your true self. And I know that, a lot of Libras are truly the balancers, the peacemakers. They want everyone to be in harmony and for everybody to get along, and they will sacrifice pieces of themselves so that everyone else has, everyone else has balance around them. I get these goosebumps and this, tingling at the back of my head when it's really, that's the message. So that's the message. It's all about learning to stand in your own power and reveal who you really are and what your needs really are and what your desires are and where you truly see harmony. If there's something to be said to someone, if there's a choice to be made where a family dynamic, something is unclear or it's become muddled and you really feel this inside need to express, it's take that leadership role and make that conscious decision, because it's going to be received much more generously than what you think. And it's going to lead, it's going to lead to that celebration. Sometimes it's hard to say tough things, especially when you're not sure if it's going to be received, in the way that you want it to be. But conflict doesn't always have to be negative, and it doesn't have to be hard. In whatever way, if this is around conflict and you expressing yourself, Libras, then find the inner strength to take one baby step and address one small thing, something that you consider tiny, but is workable and you want to address it somehow. If that's what this is around, if this is around communication and making decisions to shift the dynamics of something, then take a look at it that way. If it's not around that, then, you're coming into a space where you're being asked to really let your light shine here. And this, if you make that choice to do that, you're going to benefit from it, and everyone around you is going to benefit from it. That's a clear message that's coming through here. And then we have the Eight of Wands, which is journeys. So this is all about how it's possible that you've literally gone on a journey here, because we then have the Hierophant, which is the angel of blessings, but he's also, and this is major arcana, which is major changes in life, significant events, but also this is the teacher, right? The Hierophant is about higher learning, it's about teaching, it's about gaining new skills as well. So it's possible that you, with this Journeys card, you've been working at something really quite hard, and it may be that it is time to move on to something new. And the Hierophant card is coming up because it's time to move spaces, maybe look up real estate and, look up your living situation. And if you're looking to move, it could literally be a move. It could be a journey where you're going towards a different form of education. Maybe you're going to learn a new trade, a new skill, a new passion. And you've been muddling this over. You're not sure if that's a good decision to make. But you've got these cards here that are confirming whatever it is that you're going to choose this week for what shows up for you. You're being asked to really show who you are, and even to yourself, because we will hide ourselves our true desires sometimes from our own selves, right? We'll block those things away. We'll let our ego talk us down, you know, and dismiss us, and we listen to, okay, I'm familiar with this is what I know, so I'm not going to come and take a risk and really reach for this thing because it's too much. And the universe is really sort of saying to you, this is not too much, whatever this is. If you feel in your heart space that this is what is meant for you, then this is really what's meant for you. Okay, so let's draw one more card just to round out your reading. But this is a great little reading, Libra. Like, it's really possible for you to take a little bit of mini risks this week if you're not really a risk taker, and make a decision around your future. Maybe there's something that's shifting in your future, you know, especially around the card with the blessings and the higher education, that kind of thing. Not even higher, just education generally about anything. Okay, freeing yourself. When your stuff, I just have to put my glasses on, the writing is very light. When your stuff gets hit, let go right then, because it will be harder later. Okay, so that means there's been things that have been triggering you, and you're just, rather than releasing them, rather than allowing them just to transmute and let it go in the moment, you're hanging on to it, you're compromising, right? You're hiding behind this true self, and what's happening is you're being asked to really push through that. And in the moments when somebody triggers you, when that hits and you're triggered, you're annoyed all of a sudden, or you know, your perspective is that they're being a little bit attacky or spiteful or whatever it is. If this is a continuing thing, like, you're being asked to deal with it in the moment, you know, in a respectful way, in a kind way, or you're being asked to literally within yourself transmute that and let it go. Make a decision that's not important and release it and let it go and not allow it to trigger you, right? That's what this message is saying. Okay, so those are your messages for August 23rd to 29th for all Libra 2020. I hope that you have a great week ahead. Remember to live big and shine your light bright. Don't dim that light for anybody, because you matter. Until next time. Hi Aquarius, thanks for letting me come into your space for a little bit of time today. Let's take a look at your reading for August 23rd to August 29th. Okay, what do we have going on for Aquarius? Aquarius, we're going to get a base message, and then we're going to draw some tarot to get a deeper message for you. Release the dark wound and let love live. All right, so this is around letting things go and not being affected so deeply by events in the past. So let's take a look and see what kind of tarot is going to support this message and what's going to come through. All right. Yeah, this is going to be an important read because already we've got you, which is Major Arcana, the Star. So that's our first card that flew out. So this is going to be an important read for some Aquarius out there. Oh, you've got Major Arcana coming through here. Okay, beautiful. All right. Okay, so right off the hop, this is saying, you know, around this whole deep wounds, letting, you know, releasing the dark wounds, let it go and let love come. We've got the Star, which is the angel of hope, and that's Major Arcana, you know, and this is also you. And you notice, like, this is Aquarius. So if you notice that she's got the water, she's the water bear. The water is behind her, representing the past, and the water is right in front of her feet, representing her present, right? And you're being asked with that, combined with this message here, to really take a look at what's past and allow that to be released, allow that to flow out of you, transmute that energy, Aquarius, because there's either an event or several events, a time period that's a deep trigger for you. And the message coming through right now is that it will take some strength, but you can handle this because you've got the major arcana card of strength with the angel of courage. So you will possibly need, you're going to need your strength and your courage, but you've got, this is the message, because you've got the angel of hope, which represents Aquarius, right beneath it. So you've got something beautiful that wants to come forward with your ability to express, and connect. And I know as Aquarius, I'm an Aquarius moon, sometimes it can be a little bit hard to connect because we intellectualize our feelings sometimes, or we go to that broader picture of things, and sometimes it can be difficult to connect, and sometimes it's really easy to connect with certain people, and it's really deep, like deep stuff, talking about all of the things. So coming in here, you're being asked to draw on your strength, but also strength of people that you trust and love to help you to transmute this energy so that you can really let that love in and let those blessings come through. You've got the Eight of Pentacles here, which is dedication. So this is just showing, push through it, because once you do, you've got the Ten of Cups, which is home. And it's not just home, it's the Ten of Cups is all the things. It's the end of a cycle. It's absolutely beautiful. Cups is usually around emotions, so this is a really lovely outcome that can come, and we've got more here, but this is a really lovely breakthrough that can happen for those Aquarius that are willing to do the work, because it's going to be a little bit of work to really authentically forgive and allow that to be released, whatever that is. And I say this often, but forgiveness is not about saying what happened was okay, because it wasn't necessarily, but what it is saying is I'm no longer letting that situation, that time period, that event, whatever this is, no longer allowing that to affect the rest of my life. I'm taking my power back. I am standing in my own power, and I'm going to release this so that I can be more open to love and loving relationships, and not be controlled by the past is really what this is saying. And you have beautiful, beautiful blessings that will come forward, if you can be ready and get yourself going into doing that work. And by all means, call on mentors if you have mentors. I'm assuming this is you, but as a general read, this could be someone that you know in your life, and you're being drawn upon to support them, within this as well. This will be different for everybody. But we have the Page of Wands, which is ideas, and then we have the Queen of Wands, creativity. So you've got a lot of that air energy, right? You've got a lot of that creativity, the thought forms, with the page evolving into the Queen here. So you've got two feminine images here. Yes, two feminine images. One is younger than the other. Pages are usually youthful. They're under 25-ish. Youthful energy, youthful in age, a little bit impulsive perhaps, that kind of thing. And then the Queen is that full form. She's matured, and she's got all of those skills under her belt, so to speak. And this doesn't necessarily represent male or female. It can be any identity, but both of the energies within these cards are feminine energies. So they represent perhaps people that represent that feminine energy in your life, okay? So this is around pulling out your creativity and really opening up to that, because whatever this is, Aquarius, this is holding back this creativity. And as you move through this process, maybe it started this week, maybe it started, before this week, maybe it's still coming into, it's unfolding, so to speak. It's not revealed yet for you. But when it does, just pay attention that whatever this wounding is, whatever this clutter is that's inside of you that's really got you blocked, it's time to release it. And the universe is saying, you've got support, you've got the major arcana here, which means it's going to bring about you know, a really positive change for you. And it's a beautiful change here because you've got the 10 of Cups and the 8 of Pentacles with the dedication. So, you know, sticking to it and commit to yourself to release this, whatever this is, and you've got the strength for it. You've got your own star card here. You know, your angel of hope is right there with you, you know, to bring about this shift and this change, which will open up your mastery in something creative. You know, it'll break things open for you again, and that's it. It'll break things open for you. So there's a block, there's a creative block here for those Aquarius who are connecting to this, and whatever this emotional wounding is from, it's made you feel like you're not capable of this, and you are. The message is you're absolutely, whatever this represents for you, big or small, you're capable. You've got a couple of major arcana, like a third of your cards are major arcana, so it, you know, this could be a major event for you personally, but the outcome is really good. You've got to push through that shadow work a little bit. You know, you've really got to dig in. And I always say, you know, doing the work isn't necessarily easy, but it's always welcome. It's always better, because as soon as you move through that, you just feel so much lighter, bigger, better, stronger, more aware, perceptive. It's a whole new space to be in, you know? It's really always worth it. So let's get one more card here. And yeah, see, there you go. Freeing yourself. Let go. No matter what it is, let go. That's the message on this card here. So that just completely 100% confirms the beginning base message and the support in between. So it's time, Aquarius, for those of you that are connecting to this, to draw on your inner strength and really believe in that hope, because, you know, if you dedicate a little bit of your time to that, moving through this, whatever this is, it's going to bring about a big opening for you creatively in any particular way. You know, that'll be different for all of you, and it's going to bring about real abundance and real blessings for you. So those are your messages, Aquarius, for August 23 to August 29, 2020. Thank you so much for letting me come into your space. Remember to live big and shine your light bright. Do not dim your light for anybody, not everybody, for anybody, because you matter. Until